Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So no, I go first today because
sure.
I want to say it. I hate people that say it, but I'm going to say it.
Hmm.
What am I going to say?
That I was right.
Well, one of us was. I told you so. I told you so.
I told you so.
No, I told you that should have happened a long time ago because he's perfect for it.
No, no. I'm not letting you get this one.
I
No,
think we better. I think we better talk about what we're talking about.
Mike Tomlin.
Absolutely.
You said he was going to do games.
Well, I mean,
He's on
he's
the
going on
desk,
TV. He's going on
which
TV. TV's TV.
here's the goalpost, right?
Oh,
Here's the goalpost. Here's Richard moving them way back here. No,
no, no,
no.
no, no,
You
no.
said he'd be perfect for TV.
Yeah.
Okay, vague terms. All right, you get a victory. I said, I don't think he should do the games. He should be on the desk at one of those pregame shows.
He
You
should be
go,
doing color. He should be doing something.
you goes, that's wasting his talents. He should be analyzing games and doing this.
Well, he's
And
going to do all that. He's going to do all that. He's football night in America.
right, but he's not in a game. Do you know where he's best? I said this yesterday, and let's talk about this because I think it's a great topic. If they allow him, and this takes some bravery from the executives at NBC,
Yeah.
if they allow him during the week, and if he wants to do this during the week, to tape interviews with the coaches that are going to participate in that game, I think he can get answers from those coaches that nobody else can get.
Well, I think so too. I think honestly, I think he's perfect. I really do. I've always said that. And
If they use him right,
he is articulate, intelligent,
uh-huh.
intelligent in the street sense, intelligent in the pro football sense. He's really the whole pack. He'll end up stealing the show. He's going to be the guy.
I would agree with that. I do think, though, it may take a week or two. I think that people who tune in week one and think, oh, he's going to, be incredible, it may take a little bit for him to get comfortable.
It may take a little to get him comfortable, but he doesn't really have to get comfortable. All he has to do is be himself. I mean, he's going to be fabulous. Honestly, my question is he going to stay in Pittsburgh or is he moving?
No, that show is what? Well, that show goes on site, doesn't it? Don't they do that desk show from the game each week?
I think they do. Yeah, so that he could live anywhere.
Yeah, he live where he lives and just shoot out to where that game is, and I think that makes the most sense. And here's the thing: you do have to do a lot of reading and a lot of preparing, but like with Bill Cowher, and he stayed in New York with this woman that he's with now, but you just kind of got to go in and be ready game day and get it done. There's not a lot of like rehearsal and stuff. It's be ready when game time comes and go at it. There's not a lot of work on Wednesday and Thursday and stuff with that, but you better be on when it's time.
Yeah. But what he's doing is he's just speaking from the heart. I mean,
right.
That's all he has to do is just be himself because it's all in there. It's 52 years of knowledge.
And here's an interesting thing that people don't think about enough. When you transition from either a player or coach to television, you need to strike right away because the longer that you don't, the fewer people then that you'll know that are still in the game. You need to do it while you still know a lot of people and can relate to them. Because if you wait 5-10 years, you might not know anybody left. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a perfect example of that. To me, a perfect example of that is staying in your swim lane. To me, this is Mike Tomlin's swim lane. He will he will blow this apart. He really will. Conversely, I would say Tom Brady will never have that X factor. He'll never have it. Not on TV. Best quarterback to ever play the game, arguably, right? But on the broadcast booth, I don't think it's going to take a day, a month, a year. I mean, is it year 2 for Tom? And I love Tom. And by the way, I love Tom. I just don't love him doing what he's doing on TV.
I think he's used wrong. I don't think it should be analyzed games. I think they should parachute him in to talk to all the quarterbacks one-on-one or offensive coordinators. I would watch that, Richard.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I really do. And again, it's staying in your swim lane. It's capitalizing on the things that you know, right? You can't just reinvent at this point.
Right.
Mike doesn't have to reinvent. Mike
No.
is Mike. My God, he could write a book on his Tomlinisms, right? But so the very first time I ever heard Mike Tomlin speak, I said, "There's your coach. That's the guy," right? And he proved to be. I mean, again, arguably you might disagree, but man, he had a hell of a run, and he can speak from that, and he can speak to that, and I bet he does. So and I'm really happy to see him land on his feet, so to speak. I really am, really happy for him.
Yeah, he was sought after. I mean, he was going to dictate if he wanted to work in TV or not. It was just a matter of when and
Oh,
where and
this deal was done before he quit.
probably,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And
At least the
I,
conversations were started.
well, how about this? I was talking about this with my son last night, and I said, the older I get, the more I watch the games, and it's kind of a passive watch, but whatever. And the pregame shows are a lot of noise. I will make this will be appointment viewing for me now, at least the first few times to see what he had. They got me. They got me the first couple times.
I
I
love
need to see what he says. Is that
that.
the same with you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would watch anyway, but yeah, they got me definitely. I think it was a brilliant move. I think it was brilliant for all parties. It was a win for everybody, and I think we're going to be the beneficiaries of some really good TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. All right, next
Draft.
ding, ding, ding.
Draft. They're going to draft a receiver.
They say that. I mean, that's what they say. How about we go back just for a half a second to Aaron
Sure.
Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers.
Um,
Thoughts?
what if he right before says he's coming back? I mean, like
Well,
Thursday morning.
yeah. And I think I would bet that's probably the play, right? To capitalize on the media event. I would bet that. I guess I just don't listen. Aaron Rodgers sat in my office and we spoke, and man, you gotta love the guy. You gotta love him. But I don't understand the delay. I don't get it. Like again, probably advanced. This was way in advance.
Mhm.
Talk about it. Okay, Aaron, here's announce whatever it is. We don't care either way. But announce it on draft. And then have him come out and pick the Steelers' number one choice.
Give the first pick.
Yep, that's what's going to happen. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, well, it's one of these things. They kind of, when you have falling dominoes, you kind of need to know who your quarterback is or what that situation is going into the draft room. They may know, but it also helps to know publicly,
Yeah, I think they know. I think there's no question. And they had the voluntary workouts this week, and they had great attendance, and everybody's on the same page. I think they know. I would like to see it more unified. But then again, go back to this.
Yeah.
Is it? I have to be careful. Is having Aaron Rodgers the best choice?
Yes, it is. And I've twisted this and contorted this 9 million different ways. Okay, you're right about this. Whether he's coming back or not, everybody behind the curtain already knows. Like with the Steelers, they already know. Right. I've twisted this in my brain to make this true, whether it's true or not. What if Aaron Rodgers, and it's all agreed upon, he's going to sign on the dotted line. What if he's actually doing Will Howard a favor by not taking reps from him in minicamp and allowing his career to progress some? And he's just simply in the way at minicamp and saying,
I have to be honest with you, he's that kind of guy.
The more I read about him, the more I hear from him, he may actually be doing the young guys a favor. What reps does he need in minicamp?
Yeah, exactly. But he really does think that way. He really is about developing the player. He really is. That's who he is, and I love that about him.
Like the longer the season went on last year, he would drop in these nuggets unsolicited about Will Howard. It wasn't a question about Will Howard. He would make sure to form him into the answer.
Yes. And the difference is between him and Russell Wilson, that Russell Wilson only cared about one thing.
Himself.
Yeah.
Aaron's
not that guy.
I've spoke that out loud to sort of make it true in my head that maybe that's part of his master plan. Hey, let this young kid get all the reps. I don't need to go to mini camp. It's helped his development. I've been good to him. He's been good to me. It's the least I can do for him.
Yep.
It might be part of the grand plan.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so you don't think they'll draft a quarterback?
Mm-mm. Maybe late, but not early. I know people 6th round this, whatever. I honestly think the Steelers are higher on Will Howard than even the fan base is. I think they look at him as their starter for a decade.
I don't have that. I don't have that feeling based on the fact that I don't have that knowledge. I have to see him play, but I know he's a winner. I know he wins. I know he's got the physicality.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's got the arm. We're, maybe a little concerned about his arm strength, but from what I've seen, he certainly has the ability and the tools to do it.
Right, and the one thing I keep coming back to with him is he ain't from UTEP. He played in front of 100,000 people every week.
Yep, and won.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like him. I like him. I'm just mad at him because he's not driving my car yet.
Oh, well, why don't you move on in there?
So Will, listen, dude, if you really want to be the starting quarterback,
yeah,
you can have to go through me, which means you got to drive my car and you got to tell people how wonderful we are.
So, yeah, get in that expedition.
Will Howard, we love you.
And
want you to succeed.
Oh, there was something Ford that I saw.
What'd you say? Let's talk about hockey.
We will in a minute. I heard Ford is tinkering with getting back into Japan. Did you hear about all this?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it may happen. That's interesting to me.
I'm not sure I understand. I don't know that.
They've been out of the Japanese market for a while, and they may be getting back into Japan in terms of a sort of an agreement parts-wise and agreement production-wise, and maybe go back to the smaller cars in Japan. That's a big move for Ford.
That'd be a big move. There's been conversation. Who knows?
I do a lot of reading, Richard.
You do a lot of prep work. But now let's talk about hockey and see.
Hockey. They're in trouble. They're done.
Oh, I hate hearing that.
They look terrible.
Why?
Because their plan doesn't seem to be as good as Philadelphia's plan. They might not be as good of a team. Philadelphia looks fresher. Just is what it is.
You're the coach. How do you coach this team today? What do you do?
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
You can't say I don't know because you're the head coach.
Right.
So I'm asking you as the head coach how you approach tonight's game.
Well, everybody talks about all these line shuffles, so maybe there's that. Obviously, I don't know. You're a real big proponent of taking the physicality to them. I don't know if that works.
I mean, so far nothing else.
I don't know if Philadelphia is getting enough credit for being a better team.
But we beat them during the regular season.
That you did, but they didn't infuse the young kid from Michigan State and things like. I mean, it changes everything.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're perplexed. You're like you can't believe it.
I really can't.
I know.
I will say if they lose tonight, yeah, Houston, we have trouble.
They got trouble now.
However, if they win tonight, okay, now we have the fuel to win Saturday night. And now if we even the series, now we have something to talk about.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, the second period, we arguably played well to the one point when the young kid scored the goal. We played well. What I don't know, because I'm not as much of a hockey guy as I am a football guy, where I can understand the nuances. What I don't know is we took a lot of shots that were so far off. They were hitting the pipes. They were going over. They were going around. And I don't know how you coach that. What do you say? Do you say, hey guys, when you shoot, just calm it down. Just don't be so erratic. I mean, how do you coach that?
Well, I don't know. I think the opposition has something to do with the quality of shot, too. There's a difference between shots and scoring chances. And I think what you're getting at, and it's a very good point, is there weren't a whole lot of quality scoring chances.
No,
It,
no. But would it would have been, 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right were great scoring chances if they would have scored, because
right.
they had the opportunity. We had the opportunity, and we played really well in that most of that second period, but maybe the first 2.5 quarters of that second period. Did you watch it?
Yo, yeah. I don't know. The other thing too, it just feels like, I don't know, 5 minutes in, you get a feeling that the energy's matched by Philadelphia. It's not, it doesn't carry from the crowd onto the ice the whole way through.
No.
It's just,
Somebody said to me, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody said to me they felt that they could probably play better away
yeah.
because of the distractions of being home and the expectations of the fans, and removing that and going on the road would entice them to play better. I don't know about that. I
I don't,
still think home court advantage is still an advantage.
this is dumb, but I think the yellow jerseys are stupid as can be. You're a
I don't.
historic team. You have a brand. That's for like special occasions, not for the playoffs. It doesn't have anything to do with the result, I don't think. But I thought at least in game 2 they would switch it up because they had
No,
lost in them
I
in
agree.
game 1.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't like them either.
and I'm not a big fan of them,
No, me
not
either.
at all.
Okay, so finally we have the draft.
Yes,
I mean, the weather forecast last week was, it looked like it was going to be sunny and 80. Now it's like potentially could be rain, chance of rain.
not till
And
Saturday though, right?
no,
Oh,
starting
Friday.
no, tomorrow, Thursday.
Oh man,
So not a high probability of rain, but it now exists with not 80 but mid 70s.
better.
So we'll see. I think it would be a disaster if it rained here. I really do. I hope it doesn't. But I
Well, I
don't think
hope.
it would stop anything either.
Yeah, it'll stop a lot of fans from going, but it won't stop the festivities under that tent. I It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's not lost on me how a lot of people enjoy it. Not everything needs to be my favorite thing. Like, it's a grand event, it's a great event, and I hope people have the greatest time that they ever have in their life. It just doesn't need to be my thing, but I'm happy that we're going to have it. The interesting thing, and this is more adjacent to sports, is we've done all this cleanup, we're sprucing up the city, all of that. The real test is, what's the city going to look like in mid-August? Is it
Well, I
going to
think that's
stay?
great. Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's interesting that you say that, because I remember 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half, I was in Market Square, and I was wondering how the heck are they going to clean up this mess and be ready in time for the draft. Now I saw pictures this morning of Market Square, and it looks absolutely fabulous. And
Correct.
they did one hell of a job. So, kudos to the city. You have to give kudos to the mayor, Corey. You really do. I mean, he's leading this charge. He took it over and he's leading it, and looks like he's doing a really good job with it, because the place looks fabulous. Really does.
And it needs to stay that way when the draft leaves town, not just when company comes over.
Yeah. Yes. Great statement. I agree.
Really. All right. Well, we'll check in next week, and we'll have a draft. We'll have a full draft class to talk about next week.
You didn't tell me if you liked my glasses.
They're very.
I wasn't just wearing sunglasses. Right.
The thing. Yeah, I like them. I like the band above the nose, kind of the nose thing. That looks pretty good. They're very. I think they're in. I heard like little sunglasses are back in. Did you know that? No, it's smaller. The big ones were in for a while. Now the smaller ones are back.
Are they? So
yeah.
I don't know fashion. I just get my stuff from Instagram.
You look. They're kind of. I'm trying to think who would wear those outside of you.
Do I look Hollywood? Do I look Kim Kardashian like?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I like him. Not Kardashian. Do you want to be Kardashian like?
I love her.
You do? You like her?
Oh, okay. I didn't say that. I take it.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
You know what? How can you say these Kardashians aren't brilliant?
They are. They made a lot of money.
Look what they did. My heavens.
Yeah, they made a ton of money. That's for
You
sure.
know, you know, I knew her dad.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yes, I have.
Was he a good guy?
Oh yeah, he was OJ's best friend, but yeah, he didn't know, of course, but yeah, no, I knew him.
Man.
I knew him.
Yeah.
Great guy. Okay, are we done?
Take it easy. Draft class next time.
Draft class.
We'll have a
Who's
full
number
one.
one? Who's on